Hi everyone. This week I am working on a thrifted flannel shirt. And then I also have this from my stash, this vintage linen that I picked up at the flea market. And I wanted to add this to the shirt as well. Now this shirt is a size large, tall, and it's very long. And so I do want to cut some of it off. And I thought it would be fun to add like a ruffle around it with the fabric that I cut off. Also, the sleeves are long. I will be rolling them up and putting a tie or something on them. So that's my idea. This particular linen has quite a few stains on it. And so I debated whether I wanted to construct the garment or deconstruct and construct and then tea dye the whole thing. But sometimes that just to me, looks a little bit too grungy. So what I thought I would do, instead of tea dyeing the whole thing, I'm going to try to just tea dye that part that I cut off that I'm going to put on the ruffle. And then also see if I can just dip the bottom sleeves in the tea or the coffee. I'll probably use coffee as well. So the bit that's rolled up is going to have that grunge look, and then the ruffle. And then I'm not going to do anything more to this because it's spotted. So I'm just going to leave that. This is going to be on the back side of the shirt. I'll see how it fits on when I get it cut. I'd love to be able to take some of it to the front, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. I just think it's so pretty. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cut some of this length off of this shirt. So it's to my cutting board I go, and I'm going to cut that off. Here's my tail that I cut off my shirt. The buttons are on this side, so I still have my button placket in place. And I'm measuring this, and it's to right here, and it's still 9 inches. And so I'm going to cut 2 strips off of this at 4.5 inches. Join those 2 strips together, and then I'll go on to the tea dyeing or the coffee staining. I do like this placket, and so I'm gonna keep that so that when I ruffle the bottom here, this will be still in the center front of the shirt. I have my long strip now. I'm going to serge the edge on both sides. I have my sewing machine set for a long straight stitch. You want to make sure you have a long tail. And then I'm just going to stitch this. I'm just going to do a single line of gather on this. I am starting beyond the placket. And then pull out a long tail when you end it. I've got a tub of water here, and kind of laughing to myself because I'm at the flea market right now in my little shop, and the water is so rusty here. I'm thinking I might not even need to add any coffee to this, but I am going to, and I'm just using an instant roast, and this is cold water. It should work just fine. I mean, I know some people boil it and um, whatever. I just have a little bit left. I'm just going to dump it all in there and then just let it dissolve. I'm just going to take my ruffle, soak it in here, and then I'm also going to soak the bottom of my sleeves in here as well. I'm just going to soak it for a few minutes. And then I'm going to just take this home and put it on my clothesline. It's a beautiful sunny day here, and it won't take long at all to dry. I should also mention, after I wring this out, I am going to soak this again with fresh water and a little bit of vinegar. Just a couple tablespoons of distilled white vinegar helps set the coffee into the fibers so that the garment's going to be washable. And I think it'll probably lighten a little bit once it's washed, but I think it'll be fine. It's still going to have that little discoloration at the bottom, and that's kind of what I'm going for. I do have my coffee staining done now, and it's dried. And just to give you a recap, I did soak this for approximately probably 20 minutes in the cold water. Then I used the vinegar, just probably about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of vinegar in water to rinse it. Then I let it line dry, and I just felt it wasn't quite dark enough. And so I soaked it again in coffee, and this time hot coffee. And I soaked it for about a half hour, and then did the same process with the vinegar and line dried. And it's subtle, but there is a distinct difference between the two. And I do think that, the staining in the linen, it will tie it all together. So that's where I'm at with that. I did take this and serge the bottom edge of my little shirt. Oh, too, my sleeves are definitely darker. I put a pin in the center back, and then I also found the quarter way is the seam of the side seams. And then I also put a pin in the center back of the ruffle, and then also on the sides. My next step is to gently just pull this gather thread and gather this, and then I'll pin it so that the pins meet, and then I'll stitch it. And I'll show you where I'm at before I start stitching. It's not going to be completely gathered. I am going to do some easing at my sewing machine as well. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to just gently pull my gather string and gather this, and then pin it onto the bottom of my shirt. I've got my ruffle all pinned on. It's gathered. I lined up all those pins and then put a bunch of more pins in. Just wanted to make sure it's secure when I'm sewing it. And I'm sewing so the ruffle is on top of the shirt. I have my sewing machines, the length set at the regular 2.4. I'm peeking every so often just to make sure that I'm catching that shirt underneath. I do have the ruffle on. Before I go on to the vintage linen, I do want to finish my sleeve. I still have this piece left of the tail that I cut off, and it has part of the placket on, and I'm going to use that placket, so it's tripled folded. I'm going to use that placket for just to add a hatch right above the rolled up cuff. I'm going to punch a hole, and then I'm going to put a cord through that hole, or like some kind of fabric. I think for the fabric, what I'm going to do is just cut off this hem. It's got a nice feel to it, and I think that'll tie really nicely. So that's what I'm going to use for that. Just going to cut that placket off, just really close to the folded edge, and then cut that in half. And that is the piece that I am going to stitch above my rolled up cuff. I'm going to pin this in place, and then I'm going to punch a hole in the center of this, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine, go around it, and go around that hole. To sew those squares on, I am going to just change my foot to my free motion foot. I have my open arm exposed here. I'm going to put that sleeve around my open arm. And I'm going to stitch this on using free motion stitching. So my feed dogs are going to be dropped, and I have my stitch length automatically goes to 0. But if yours doesn't, you want to put that to 0. So I'm going to be doing all the moving on this. I'm just going to get this sleeve through here. So it's got a part of the folded edge that is quite bulky. I don't think I'm even going to stitch on that. Just going to go beyond that. And then also go around this hole that I punched. And I'm going to just go around and around it several times. I'm cutting this hem off so that I can use it for my tie. Just going to poke it through the hole and then tie it. I've been fiddling with this linen, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here where I have it creased, and then that is going to get stitched on the back right in the center. I'm going to stitch it with a machine. I might also do a pink running stitch around here. I just thought that would be kind of neat. And then once this is cut off, I'm going to take this to the front somehow and just see what I can do with it in the front. I did stitch around it. I am still going to use a running stitch on this. I think I'm going to try to get close to this reddish dark red color. Just think that would look kind of neat, and then draw that color in. And this is what I have left. I do really like the triangle on this, and I thought that would be fun just in the corner, maybe hanging off. And then I'm just going to cut 2 of these, one for I have 2 of them, one for each side of my collar. And then I do want to use this half circle here. I'm going to just cut right along here, and then I'm going to see, I might lay it. I might just do that right beside the button placket. I'm going to cut these and pin that on, cut this, and then I'm going to lay this around and just see what I like. I did serge the edge of this, and I'm going to place it just right, starting right above the ruffle. And I'm going to stitch it here and then right along here, and then I'm also going to use a running stitch in the same way that I want to add that running stitch to the back. And also I'm going to stitch these into place. I think it just adds a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. I really love how this turned out. Thinking about it, I probably would not have done the tea dye. I don't think it has enough of a contrast, even though it does sort of tie in some of the stains on my linen. I mean, vintage linens just have stains. A lot of them do. So, and I know you can work on trying to get those out too. But it's just such, it's really cute. I really love it. I love the ruffle. Another thing I would have loved to have done is if I would have had enough fabric to put a little ruffle around the sleeve, would have been really cute too. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to share some pictures. Bye for now.